Milé publikum, drahí diváci, dear audience, and fellow lovers of theater. For those of you that know us, welcome back. For those of you that don't, we are FestofKAA, a student theater based on the Department of English and American Studies here at the Comenius University in Bratislava. The first time we were here, we premiered our show by Agatha Christie, and then there were none. This year, we have the privilege and fortune again to play for you again tonight in this historic building to follow in the footsteps of one of our greatest showmen and present to you a show of unmatched wit with Thorian sass and, of course, cucumber sandwiches. FestofKAA Student Theater is celebrating its 14th consecutive year of theater play, of which The Importance of Being Earnest is one of our first comeback shows, first being played in the winter 2014 FestofKAA show by students that have long since departed and without whose legacy we would not be here today. Our new generation of students will present to you with pride and determination their newest show, The Importance of Being Earnest. The show consists of 3 acts interspersed with our own sketches, and after the first act there will be a short 20-minute intermission. We would like to thank Divadlo Pavla Orsaga Hviezdoslava for letting us be here tonight, and to the wonderful people and crew that have helped us through it. We would, of course, like to thank our wonderful artists, actors, directors, backstage people, and our marketing team for making the show what it is today. Lastly, we would like to thank you, our audience, without whose support we would not be here today. We would like to ask you to please turn off your phones during the duration of the show, as to not disturb the actors, and please enjoy The Importance of Being Earnest.
And now I understand the importance of being earnest. I promise it will make sense. Good heavens, Bosie! Has someone set you on fire? Or are you simply making an entrance? If you're here for dilly boy measures, couldn't you wait until the end of the show?
I could not wait until the evening. I had to see you.
As happy as I am to see you, has your memory betrayed you? I thought we agreed that we would keep a distance between us until the cackles of our boldness fade.
Why does it bother you so much? It's not like you were hiding it in all of our cottages abroad.
Oh yes, why would I bother with orderly daughters, shame, and sabotaging my own career? Your Meshuggah father knows we're Molian. He wants to ruin me.
Who cares what he thinks? He's no danger to us, especially to you, Oscar Wilde, the genius of London.
They love me until I entertain them. But laughter is not eternal.
Can I have a bevy? I'm thirsty. Thank you.
Here. What do you think?
What is it?
A play? Or a collection of cynical remarks pretending to be a play? I haven't decided yet.
Oh, it's fantabulosa. But don't you think it's a bit naff?
Well, I can't make everyone a fruit. That would attract sharpies.
And that bit about double life, that would not attract them? Sounds familiar, does it not?
How dare you screech that I write from experience? I've never in my life written anything inspired by me. even though I'm amazing to scream about.
Of course not. A brilliant, misunderstood Omi whose private life is a matter of scandal? Where could that inspiration possibly come from?
I am simply revealing the hidden desires of all. Escape from this life of hypocrisy.
And what do you know about desires, Mr. Wilde?
To ride is to play with passion, and I know how to engage with it. I think it's time. You should go.
I'll be ogling from the audience. Break a leg.
Double life. Hard to live it. Even harder to remember which one is fake and which one is real. This, my dear audience, is the great dilemma of our time, especially for those with any sense of charm and adventure. Life is an awfully important matter. Unfortunately, we don't have to treat it seriously. If we were, we would be forced to behave properly, tell the truth, and marry for love. Imagine how boring that would be. And so tonight, I offer you a tale of deception and mistaken identities and the noble pursuit of not getting caught. A comedy where gentlemen lead double lives, ladies see right through them, and society above all insists that nothing improper ever happens. As long as it's done fashionably. Let this be a lesson in morality. Though I must warn you, I was never particularly good at those.
Lane, have you made those cucumber sandwiches for Lady's breakfast tea?
Yes, sire.
No, very good. By the way, Lane, I look at your notebook. I noticed when Mr. Shoreman and Mr. Worthing dined with me on Thursday night, 8 bottles of champagne were drunk.
Yes, sire, 8 bottles.
Why is that in a bachelor's home the servants always drink the champagne? I'm just asking because I'm interested, Lane.
I think that is because champagne tastes much better in a bachelor's home. I've noticed that in married people's home, champagne tastes rarely very good.
Good heavens! Is marriage so depressing?
I believe marriage is very pleasant, sire. I didn't have much experience with myself. I've been married only once, and it happened because of misunderstanding between myself and a young person.
I am not very interested in our family's life, Lane.
It is not a very interesting subject, sire. I never think of it myself.
That is very understandable. Well, thank you, Lane.
Lane's view on marriage seemed very casual. Really, if the servants don't set us good example,
What on earth is the use of them? They seem to have no morals.
Mr. Ernest Worthing has arrived, sire.
My dear Ernest, What brings you to town?
Oh, pleasure brings me pleasure, of course. What else should bring one anywhere? Eating as usual, I see, Algie.
I believe it is normal in good society to have some light refreshment at 5 o'clock.
Where have you been since last Thursday?
In the country.
What on earth do you do in the country?
When one is in town, one entertains oneself. When one is in the country, one entertains other people. It is excessively boring.
And who are the people you entertain?
Neighbors? Neighbors?
Have you got nice neighbors in your part of Shropshire?
No. They are perfectly horrid. I never speak to any of them.
You must entertain them very much then. By the way, Shropshire is where you come from, or it is not?
Shropshire? Oh yes, of course. My dear fellow, why are all these cubs here? Why cucumber sandwiches? Why are you being so extravagant? Who is coming to tea?
Just Aunt Augusta and Gwendolyn.
Ooh, how perfectly delightful.
But I am afraid that Aunt Augusta won't be happy that you are here.
And why is that?
My dear fellow, the way that you flirt with Gwendolyn is perfectly disgraceful. It is almost as bad as the way Gwendolyn flirts with you.
I'm in love with Gwendolyn. I have come to town in order to propose marriage to her.
I thought you had come to town for pleasure. I call marriage proposal business.
How utterly unromantic you are.
I really don't think proposal is romantic. It is romantic to be in love. But there is nothing romantic about proposal. Someone might accept, they usually do, I believe. Then the exciting time is over. The most important thing about romance is the uncertainty. If I ever marry, I will certainly try to forget that I'm married.
I believe you, dear Algie. The divorce court was especially invented for people with memories like yours.
Oh, there is no point in thinking about that. Divorces are made in heaven. And don't touch the cucumber sandwiches. They were ordered specially for Aunt Augusta. Have some bread and butter. Bread and butter is for Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn loves bread and butter.
And very good bread and butter it is, too.
Well, you don't have to eat it all. You are behaving as if you are married to her already. But you are not married to her, and I don't think you ever will be.
What on earth makes you say that?
Well, firstly, girls never marry the man they flirt with. They don't think it's the right thing to do.
No. That is nonsense.
It isn't, it is true. And secondly, I don't give my consent.
Your consent?
Gwendolyn is my cousin. And before I allow you to marry her,
You will have to clear up the matter of Cecily.
Cecily? What are you talking about, Algie? I don't know anyone called Cecily.
Lane, bring me the cigarette case that Mr. Worthing left last time he dined here.
Yes, sire.
Have you had my cigarette case all this time? I wish you had told me. I have been writing letters to the police about it. I nearly offered a large reward.
Well, I wish you would offer a large reward. I'm very poor at the moment.
There is no point in offering a large reward now that you have found it.
that is very mean of you, Ernest, I must say.
However, it doesn't matter. Now I look at the inscription inside, I see that this isn't yours.
Of course it is mine. You have seen me with it 100 times, and you shouldn't be reading what's written inside a private cigarette case.
No, it is ridiculous to have rules about what one should read and what one shouldn't. Most of a modern culture depends on reading what one shouldn't read.
I know that. And I'm not going to discuss modern culture. I simply want my cigarette case back.
Yes, but this isn't your cigarette case. The cigarette case is present from someone called Cecily. And you said you don't know anyone called Cecily.
Well, if you want to know, Cecily is my aunt. Your aunt?
Yes. A charming old lady. Just give it back to me, Algie.
But why does she call herself Little Cecily if she's your aunt? From Little Cecily with all her love.
My dear fellow, some aunts are tall, some aunts are not tall. My aunt should be allowed to decide her height for herself.
Come on.
You seem to think that every aunt should be like your aunt, Lady Bracknell. That is ridiculous. Now, give me back my cigarette case.
Yes, but why does your aunt call you her dear uncle? From Little Cecily with all her love to her dear Uncle Jack. I don't object to an aunt being a small aunt, but why does an aunt, whatever her size, calls you her dear uncle? I don't understand. And your name isn't Jack, it is Ernest.
It isn't Ernest, it is Jack.
You have always told me that your name is Ernest. I have to introduce you to everyone as Ernest. You answer to the name Ernest. You look as if your name is Ernest. You are the most Ernest looking person I have ever seen in my life. It is perfectly ridiculous to tell me that your name isn't Ernest. It is on your visiting cards, actually. Look, here is one of them. Where it is? Here. Mr. Ernest Worthing before the Albany, London. I will keep this as a proof that your name is Ernest. Don't try to ever deny it to me, or to Gwendolyn, or to anyone else.
Well, my name is Ernest in town and Jack in the country. And the cigarette case was given to me in the country.
That does not explain why your small aunt Cecily calls you her dear uncle. I have always suspected that you are a secret bumberist. And now I am quite sure.
What on earth do you mean by a bumberist?
I will tell you the meaning of bumberist when you tell me why are Ernest in town and Jack in the country.
Give me my cigarette case first.
Here it is. Now give me your explanation and please make it unbelievable.
My dear fellow, there is nothing unbelievable about my explanation. In fact, it is perfectly ordinary. I was brought up by an old gentleman called Thomas Cardew. He adopted me when I was a little boy and he made me the guardian of his granddaughter, Miss Cecily Cardew, in his will. Cecily is my ward and calls me uncle because she respects me. Although you wouldn't understand that. You don't understand respect. Cecily lives in my house in the country and is looked after by her excellent governess, Miss Prism.
And where is your house in the country, by the way?
That is nothing to you, my dear fellow. I am not going to invite you there. But I can tell you, honestly, that the house is not in Shropshire.
I guess that, my dear fellow. I have bumbered all over Shropshire twice. Now go on. Why you are Ernest in town and Jack in the country?
My dear Algie, I don't know whether you will understand it. You are not a very serious person. I will try to explain it to you. I am a responsible guardian and have to behave well all the time in the country. It is my duty. However, it is not very good for my health or my happiness. So, when I want to leave the country and come to town, I pretend to have a younger brother called Ernest. I tell everyone that he lives in the Albany and that he gets into the most terrible trouble. That, my dear Algie, is the truth.
You are a bumberist! I was right to say you are a bumberist. You are one of the most advanced bumberists I know.
What on earth do you mean by a Banburyist?
You have invented a younger brother called Ernest so that you can come to town as often as you like.
I have invented an invalid called Bunbury, so that I can go to the country as often as I like. When I pretend to visit him, I call it Bunburying.
Banbury is very, very valuable.
For example, if it wasn't for Bunbury's very bad health, I wouldn't be able to dine with you tonight. I should be dining with Aunt Augusta.
I haven't asked you to dine with me tonight.
I know you are very careless about sending out invitations, and that's very foolish of you.
Nothing annoys people more than not receiving invitations.
You ought to dine with your Aunt Augusta.
I don't have any intention of dining with Aunt Augusta. Firstly, I dine there on Monday, and once a week is enough time to spend with one's relations. Secondly, she will either give me 2 women to talk to at the dinner, or none. And thirdly, I know that tonight she will make me sit next to Mary Farquhar, who always flirts with her own husbands across the dinner table. It is not very pleasant. In fact, respectable women should not behave like that. And more women are doing it. The number of women in London who flirts with their own husbands is terrible. It looks so bad.
Well, now that I know that you are a Bunburyist, I want to tell you about Bunburying. I want to tell you the rules.
I am not a Banburyist. If Gwendolen agrees to marry me, I'm going to kill my brother. In fact, I think I will kill him anyway. Cecily is a little too interested in him. So I'm going to get rid of Ernest. And I think that you should kill Mr. Your invalid friend with that ridiculous name.
Nothing will ever make me kill Bunbury.
And if you ever get married, you will be glad to know Bunbury. A man who marries without knowing Bunbury
Will have a very boring marriage.
That is nonsense. If I marry a charming girl, like Gwendolen, I certainly won't want to know Bunbury.
Then your wife will want to know him. You don't understand that in married life, 3 is a company,
And 2 is none.
Don't try to be cynical. It is perfectly easy to be cynical.
it isn't easy to be anything these days. There is so much competition.
Ah! That must be Aunt Augusta. Only relatives looks like that.
Well, I will take her out of the room for 10 minutes so that you can propose to Gwendolen. And then we can dine together, okay?
I suppose so, if you want to.
Good.
Lady Bracknell and Miss Fairfax has arrived, sir.
Good evening, dear Algernon. I hope you're behaving very well.
I'm feeling very well, Aunt Augusta.
Feeling very well is not the same as behaving very well. In fact, the two things rarely go together.
Gwendolen, you look smart.
I am always smart. Am I not, Mr. Worthing?
You are quite perfect, Miss Fairfax.
Oh, I hope I'm not perfect. There will be no room for development, and I intend to develop in many directions.
I'm sorry if you're a little late, Algernon, but I had to go visit my dear friend Lady Harbury. I haven't seen her since her poor husband died. She looks quite different, almost 20 years old. Younger, actually, surprisingly. Yes, and now I will have some tea and one of those nice cucumber sandwiches you promised me.
Certainly, Aunt Augusta.
Gwendolen, will you come sit here?
Thanks, Mama. I'm quite comfortable over here.
Good heavens! Wayne! Why there are no cucumber sandwiches? I ordered them specially.
There were no cucumbers in the market this morning, sire. I went there twice.
No cucumbers?
No, sire.
Oh, thank you, Wayne. You may go.
Thank you, sire.
I am very sorry to say that there were no cucumbers, Aunt Augusta.
That is all right, my dear. I had crumpets with Lady Harbury.
I hear that her hair has turned quite blonde from grey.
It certainly has changed its color. Why, of course, I do not know. Oh, I have a treat for you tonight, Algernon. I will seat you next to Mary Farquhar.
She is such a nice woman, and she is always so very sweet to her husband. It is delightful to watch them.
I am afraid, Aunt Augusta, I won't be able to dine with you tonight after all.
I hope you will, Algernon. If you are not there, I will have 13 people at the dinner table. That is an unlucky number. Your uncle will have to dine upstairs.
Well,
Fortunately, he is used to that.
It is terribly disappointing to me, but I have received a telegram to say that my poor friend Bunbury is very ill again. I think I should be with him.
It is very interesting. This Mr. Bunbury seems to suffer from curiously bad health.
Yes, indeed, he's a permanent invalid.
Well, I think that it is about time that Mr. Bunbury decides whether he is going to live or die. I don't sympathize with invalids. Illness should not be encouraged in others. One should be healthy. Could you tell your dear friend, Mr. Bunbury, to not be sick on Saturday? I'm holding a dinner reception and I want you to organize the music. People talk during performances of music, and I want to encourage them to talk, especially since it's the end of the London season and people have almost run out of things to say.
I will speak to Bunbury, Aunt Augusta, if he's still conscious. And I can promise you that he will be well by Saturday. And when it comes to music, you'll see that that's a problem. If one plays good music, people don't listen. And if one plays bad music, people don't talk. But I will show you the program of music I have chosen, if you will come with me.
All right, Algernon. Thank you. It is so very thoughtful of you.
It's been a charming day, Miss Fairfax.
Please don't talk about the weather, Mr. Worthing. When people talk to me about the weather, I always feel quite certain they mean something else, and I get nervous.
I do mean something else.
Oh, I thought so. In fact, I am never wrong.
I would like to talk to you about that something else while Lady Bracknell is out of the room.
Oh, then talk about it quickly. Mama often comes back into her room suddenly.
Miss Fairfax, ever since I met you, I have admired you more than any girl I have met ever since I met you.
Yes, I'm quite well aware of that. I was always fascinated by you, even before I met you. We live in an age of ideals. Any expensive monthly magazine will tell you that. And my ideal has always been to love someone called Ernest. When Algernon mentioned to me that he had a friend called Ernest, I knew I would love you.
Do you really love me, Gwendolen?
Very much.
Darling, you don't know how happy you have made me.
My own Ernest.
But couldn't you love me if my name wasn't Ernest?
But your name is Ernest.
I know that, but what if it was something else? Couldn't you love me then?
Ah, but you are called Ernest, so there is no reason to think about you not being called Ernest.
Personally, darling, I don't really like the name Ernest. I don't think it suits me.
Oh no, it suits you perfectly. It is a wonderful name. It is musical.
Really, Gwendolen, I think there are a lot of nicer names. I think that Jack, for instance, is a charming name.
Jack. Oh, no. There is very little music in the name Jack. It does not excite me. I have known several Jacks and they were all very ordinary. In fact, I feel pity for any woman who is married to a man called Jack. No, I think the only really good name is
Ernest.
Gwendolyn, I must get baptized at once. I mean, we must get married at once. There is no time to lose.
Married, Mr. Worthing?
Yes, you know that I love you, and you have told me, Miss Fairfax, that you love me.
Oh, I do love you. But you haven't proposed to me yet. Nothing has been said about marriage.
Well, may I propose to you now?
I think this would be an excellent time to propose to me. And I will tell you now that I will accept you, so that you aren't worried.
Gwendolyn?
Yes, Mr. Worthing, what are you going to say to me?
You know what I'm going to say to you.
Yes, but you haven't said it.
Gwendolyn, will you marry me?
Yes, of course I will. You have taken a long time to ask. I am afraid you have had very little experience of proposing.
My dear, I have never loved anyone in the world but you.
Yes, but men often practice proposing. My brother Gerald often proposes to people. All my friends tell me. Oh, what wonderful blue eyes you have, Ernest. They are quite blue. And I hope you will always look at me like that, especially when there are other people in the room.
Mr. Worthing, get up from that position. It is not respectable to behave like that.
Mama, please go away. Mr. Worthing has not finished yet.
Finished what, may I ask?
I am engaged to be married to Mr. Worthing, Mama.
Gwendolyn, you are not engaged to anyone. When you are engaged to someone, I or your father will inform you of the fact. An engagement should not come as a surprise to a young lady. A pleasant surprise or an unpleasant surprise. But a surprise nonetheless. It is not something a lady is allowed to decide for herself. And now, Mr. Worthing, I will ask you a few questions. And while I ask those questions, you, Gwendolyn, will wait for me in the carriage.
Mama!
Wait for me in the carriage, Gwendolyn. I said wait in the carriage, Gwendolyn.
Yes, Mama.
You may sit down, Mr. Worthing.
Thank you, Lady Bracknell. I prefer to stand.
I must tell you, you are not on my list of eligible young men. Although I do have the same list as the Duchess of Bolton. We worked together during the summer season. However, I am willing to put your name on the list if your answers are satisfactory. Do you smoke?
Well, yes, I do smoke.
I'm glad to hear that. A man should always have an occupation. There are far too many men in London who do not have an occupation. How old are you?
29.
A good age to be married. I have always believed that a man who wants to get married should know everything or nothing. Which do you know?
I know nothing, Lady Bracknell.
I am pleased to hear that. I approve of ignorance. I don't approve of modern education. Fortunately, in London at least, education seems to have no effect at all. What is your income?
It is between 7,000 and 8,000 pounds a year.
And do you earn this from investments or owning land?
From investments.
Good. Owning land is neither profitable nor pleasurable. It costs money when one is alive, and then there are taxes when one is dead. That is all I can say about owning land.
I have a country house with some land, but I do not depend upon it for my income.
A country house? How many bedrooms? Oh, that does not matter. I hope you have a house in town. Gwendolyn must have a house in town.
Well, I do have a townhouse in Belgrave Square, but it is currently rented to Lady Bloxham.
Lady Bloxham. I don't know her.
Oh, she doesn't go out much. She is very old.
Well, she's not necessarily respectable, even though she is old. What number Belgrave Square?
149.
But that is the unfashionable side of the street. But that can be changed.
Do you mean the fashion or the side?
Both, if necessary. Now let's discuss the less important details. Are your parents living?
I have lost both my parents.
To lose one parent, Mr. Worthing, is unfortunate. To lose both seems like carelessness. Who was your father? He must have been a wealthy gentleman. Was he a businessman or an aristocrat?
Lady Bracknell, I am afraid I don't know. You see, I said that I had lost my parents. The fact is that my parents lost me. I don't know who I am. I was found.
Found?
The late Mr. Thomas Cardew, a very kind and charitable old gentleman, found me and called me Worthing because he had a train ticket for Worthing in his pocket at the time. Worthing is a seaside town.
And where did this kind gentleman with a ticket to the seaside town find you?
In a handbag.
A handbag?
Yes, Lady Bracknell. I was in a handbag. A large black leather handbag. An ordinary handbag with handles.
And where did this Thomas Cardew find this ordinary handbag?
In the cloakroom at Victoria Station, here in London. It was a mistake. I was given to him instead of his own bag.
The cloakroom at Victoria Station?
Yes.
Mr. Worthing, I am shocked by what you have just told me. I do not think it right to be born in a handbag, even if it has handles. And I do not think it right to be found in a handbag in a cloakroom at a railway station. It is not the right way to become a respectable gentleman with a good position in society.
What is your advice, Lady Bracknell? I would, of course, do anything to make Gwendolyn happy.
My advice to you, Mr. Worthing, is this. Find some relatives as soon as possible. And try to find at least one parent.
I don't see how I could possibly do that. I can show you the handbag. It is at home in a wardrobe. I really think they should satisfy you, Lady Bracknell.
Me? Satisfy me? This has nothing to do with me, Mr. Worthing. Do you think Lord Bracknell would let our only daughter form a relationship with a son of a cloakroom and marry a piece of luggage? Goodbye, Mr. Worthing.
Stop singing the gospel tune, Algie!
Didn't everything work out alright, old fellow? Did Gwendolyn refuse to marry you?
Gwendolyn was fine. She believes we are engaged. Her mother is awful. I have never met such a gorgon. I beg your pardon, Algie. I suppose I shouldn't talk about your own aunt in that way in front of you.
Don't worry, I love hearing people being rude to my relations. Relations are a simply boring group of people who don't know how to live and don't know when to die.
That is nonsense.
It isn't.
Well, I won't argue about it. You always want to argue about things.
Well, things were made for arguing about.
If I believed that, I would shoot myself. You don't think that Gwendolyn will become like her mother in 150 years?
All women become like their mothers. That's their tragedy. No men become like theirs, that's their tragedy.
Have you said something clever?
They were very fine sentences and they are very true.
I'm tired of cleverness. Everybody is clever nowadays. You meet clever people everywhere. I wish there were a few fools left in this world.
There are.
I should like to meet them. What do they talk about?
The fools? They talk about the clever people, of course.
What fools?
By the way, did you tell Gwendolyn that you are Ernest in town and Jack in the country?
My dear fellow, one does not tell the truth to a nice, sweet girl. You have extraordinary ideas about how to behave to a woman.
My dear fellow, the only way how to behave to a woman is to flirt with her if she's pretty, and if she's not, you must flirt with someone else.
That is nonsense.
It probably is. But did you tell Gwendolyn about your poor behaved brother Ernest?
Oh, I shall have got rid of Ernest by the end of the week. I will say that he died in Paris of a heart attack. Lots of people die of a heart attack quite suddenly, don't they?
But that's hereditary. You must think that he died of a bad cold, for example.
Are you sure that a bad cold is not hereditary?
Of course it isn't.
Very well then. My poor brother Ernest will die suddenly in Paris of a bad cold. That gets rid of him.
But you said that your ward, Miss Cardew, was a little too interested in him. Won't she be very distressed?
Oh, that is not a problem. Cecily is not a silly romantic girl, I'm pleased to say. She eats big meals, goes for long walks, and doesn't pay attention to her lessons.
I would love to meet her.
Oh, I will make sure that you never meet her. She is extremely pretty, and she's just 18.
Did you tell Gwendolyn that you have an extremely pretty ward who is just 18?
You must not tell people everything all at once. I'm sure that Gwendolyn and Cecily will be great friends. They will be calling each other sister half an hour after they meet.
The girls only called each other sister after they have called each other lots of other things first. Now, if we want to have a good restaurant, not restaurant, the table at the restaurant, we must go and change our clothes now.
It's nearly 7 and I'm hungry.
I never knew a time when you weren't hungry.
Well, what shall we do after dinner? Go to the theater?
The theater? Oh no! One has to listen at the theater. I hate listening.
Let us go to the club.
The club? Oh no! One has to talk at the club. I hate talking.
Well, we can go to the Music Empire Hall at 10.
The music hall? Oh no! I don't want to look at things.
Then what shall we do?
Nothing?
Doing nothing is a very hard work. However, if there is nothing definite to do, I accept it.
Miss Fairfax has returned, sire.
Gwendolyn, hello!
Algie, please go away. I have something which I want to say to Mr. Worthing in private.
Really, Gwendolyn? I don't think that I can allow you to do that.
Algie, you are not quite old enough to say things like that. Oh, Ernest.
My own one.
Ernest, we may never be married. I saw the frown on Mama's face. Few parents these days pay attention to what their children say to them. And I was 3 years old the last time I had any influence over my mother. Oh, Ernest, she may stop us from getting married. And I may get married to someone else. I may get married again and again, but nothing will ever change my eternal love for you.
Dear Gwendolyn.
Mama told me the romantic story of your birth. She is displeased about it, but I love it. Your name, Ernest, fascinates me. You are so simple and good-natured, and that makes you wonderfully complicated. I've got a town address at the Albany. What is your address in the country?
The Manor House, Woolton, Hertfordshire.
It may be necessary to do something impetuous. We will have to think carefully about this. I will write to you every day.
My own one.
How long will you be in town?
Till Monday.
Good. Algie, you may turn round now.
Thanks, I have turned around already.
You may also ring the bell for Lane to take me to the door.
Let me take you to the door, my own darling.
Certainly.
I will take Miss Fairfax to the door.
Yes, sire.
Lane, bring me a glass of wine.
Yes, sire.
Tomorrow, Lane, I'm going bumbering.
Yes, sire.
I shall not be back till Monday morning, so pack my evening clothes, some casual clothes, and all my Bunbury suits.
Yes, sire.
Thank you. I hope that tomorrow is a fine day, Lane.
It never is, sire.
Lane, you are a pessimist.
I do my best, sire.
What a sensible, intelligent girl. What on earth are you laughing at, Algie?
I'm just worried about the poor friend Bunbury, that's all.
Your friend Bunbury will get you into trouble one day, you know.
I love trouble. It's the only thing which is never serious.
That is nonsense. You never say anything but nonsense.
Nobody ever does.